Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode in this guide series. It's been a little bit of a hiatus. A couple days we had some technical problems we had to figure out, but it's all good now. And I'm back here with Zuri.
Greetings. Good to be back.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, this episode, I think we're just going to kind of expand our logistics system and refine it a bit more. We'll go over stuff as it's needed here that we haven't explained already, and yeah, maybe play around with some oil stuff. Zuri had mentioned to me that he wants to turn a lot of it into a barreling process instead of pipe, so that'll be pretty interesting to go over.
Yeah, I'm really not fond of running pipelines everywhere for oil. So what I usually do is I'll use barrels for oil, crude oil, pretty exclusively. And then around the factory, I'll build independent little refinery setups with very specialized builds.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so because like I've never done it that way, but I can see how that would be better and probably a bit cleaner to just transfer the barrels around rather than pipe everything.
Yeah, let the logistic bot sort it out for you. It's a really well, it makes it easier and efficient and effective. I'm mixing two words together.
Alright, so yeah, I'm just going around here seeing what else we need to put into the logistics system, and concrete finished. I think I'm going to research maybe another level of robot speed. They're still pretty slow.
How much goop do we got in the system?
I think we have about 70 goop alien artifacts. Yeah, we have 37 and 37. So about 700 packs worth, and I mean, our resources are actually doing pretty good. We were running out of copper last time, but it seems to have kind of caught up at this point.
I thought I had enough stuff, but evidently I don't. And that's one of the few places I'll actually use an active provider.
Okay. Yeah, so it's essentially making them take the barrels out of it.
Yes, you never want your oil system to back up or the chest to clog.
Right. So yeah, what we're doing here is we just go in and set the fill crude oil barrel, and we'll need to provide this with empty barrels, and then it's going to spit out full barrels, each hold 25 oil, and then we're going to have the robots transfer it.
And I'm going to set it to 50 barrels in the requester chest, which should be more than enough. And then we'll have to expand the Roboport network out here.
Right, and I actually have a few Roboports on me, so I'll see if I can do that. And do we have barrels being made? I don't think so.
Not yet. No, we don't.
Okay.
Gotta be real careful filling them up, though.
Yeah, exactly. So this extends out here nicely. I'm just going to try to get it max distance. And then yeah, since this is we went over this last time, but just to clarify, this is active provider, so essentially any barrels that are put in here, it's going to immediately send out an order to the robots to come and get it, and that'll be the highest priority for them, is to empty it out and bring it either to storage or anything else that is requesting the full barrels. And then this here... Go ahead.
Yeah, this is going to be the unbarreler, but I'm not going to turn it on yet. I'm going to let this pipeline empty up. and then remove the pipeline.
Okay. Now, do we need to disconnect this pipeline from these refineries, though? Because it's just going to keep...
No, that should be fine.
Okay. So, I'm going to set up some barrel production. And the barrels are pretty simple. They just take 1 steel. So you obviously, it's just a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm going to try to set it up fairly close, just because we don't want the robots trying to travel like across the entire base when they don't have to. I can actually kind of jury rig this here to fit into this. Then we'll use a smart inserter and have it empty out here. And we'll just say, how many barrels do you think I should set this to have in the network? Empty ones.
About 1 to 200. Honestly, you don't need that much.
Okay. We'll go with 100 for now. We certainly don't have enough robots even right now to do that, so I'm going to go down and make a few more. We should have some frames stocked up here. Looks like we do. Just a few more. And science is cruising along nicely. Almost got that logistics speed finished. And these guys, you can either just throw them out in the air like this, or you can stick them directly in a roboport. Either way works. Alright, so
I'll tear down that empty copper line later. I guess we should start on either a solar build and or the Skynet build.
Yeah, either one would be good. How is our power doing?
It looks pretty good to me, but we're going to need a ton of power for Skynet.
Yeah, because roboports, they take quite a lot of power. And I'm not sure if we actually went over this really, but believe it or not, robots are actually better performance-wise than belts are. Because the robots don't have to do like collision checks like every single tick or however often it is, so they're more efficient in terms of like performance and stuff than belts. And like my understanding is like just inside a base, like fairly like normal size, they're okay, but robots I don't think are very good for like particularly long distance transport or massive throughput.
Yes, you want to avoid using robots over long distances because it's much more effective to use a train, both on CPU and resource-wise.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about making a local supply network, like feeding the logistics system locally with a smart chest, or not smart chest, smart sorters with passive providers, and building Skynet down in this forest, kind of away from the bus.
Alright, I think that works. And just to clarify, when you're saying Skynet, you are essentially meaning just building like everything with robots, right?
What I mean by Skynet specifically in this case is just robots building robots. Just
right.
the bot build itself.
Okay. Alright, why am I doing this? We have robots.
I don't know. Yeah, we got bots, so yeah.
Yeah, so these dudes will come tear this down. We don't have very many right now. See, I don't know that we haven't really gone over like exactly how blueprints and deconstruction planners work, I don't think.
Oh, we didn't?
Maybe briefly, but like, I mean, deconstruction planner is pretty self-explanatory. You just drag and click and it tells them to deconstruct anything, but like to cancel a deconstruction plan or deconstruction order, because that can be important. I even forget how to do it.
Shift and left drag click.
Right, with your deconstruction. So yeah, if you hold shift, you can see it's now a blue box, and I'll just do it on a few, it'll cancel. So that can be useful in case you accidentally like tell it to deconstruct like half your factory. You obviously don't want that happening.
Okay, I think this is going to be enough. For, like I said, local supply. I'm gonna wire these all up.
Okay.
Just so it keeps, you know, a little bit of local supply here.
Right.
And set filters and such.
Okay. And I'm gonna build a few more construction robots. It's taking forever. What are you waiting on? Engines? What are you waiting on? Engines. And then yeah, so blueprints are also fairly self-explanatory. You pretty much, I'll show in a minute once it's built, but you pretty much just select what you want a blueprint, and then we'll create a blueprint of it, like a digital copy here, and then you can place it down, like stamp it down, and the robots will place the stuff for you. So instead of manually telling robots to place stuff, like I can, if I shift click with something here, it like ghost places it is what it's called, and that tells a robot to go build it. So you can do that manually if you want, and you can just get rid of it with a deconstruction planner. But a blueprint will make it much, much easier. So, for example, say I wanted to blueprint this entire robot frame thing. I just select everything I want here. Looks like I accidentally got a belt. That's okay. You can select the icon you want, like to represent it. It'll tell you here how much it costs, and then you create it, and you would just stamp this down, and it would tell the robots to build it. I'm not going to do it, but and then I think you shift. How do you clear blueprint again?
You right click on the blueprint, and you have to have a green circuit in your pocket.
Right click, yeah. Okay, so yeah, it said here I needed a green circuit, so if I just make one, right click it, it'll clear it, and then you can just use it again. And one other note is you can also blueprint ghost placement. So if I just like did that like this, I can blueprint a ghost placement as well. So that can be kind of handy sometimes. And I'll just get rid of that.
Yeah, this local storage technique is not something I normally do, but I'm going to try it out here anyway and see how it goes.
Okay.
Just to keep the bot traffic local, because they'll usually, when they go to pick up something, they go to the closest chest to where it's being delivered to.
Mm-hmm.
So to prevent bots from traveling all the way across the base to wherever smelter it is, we're using belts here to move them locally, and then bots are belts globally and bots locally.
Right. And you can see here that he set a circuit network, so it's just, again locally, it's just these chests that it's looking for the condition in. If he set a whole network condition, it's going to say it's pretty much only going to do it to 200 in this entire network we set up. But since he did it this way, it's just this setup right here, like you said, just locally.
And again, another local one just for the iron.
Yep. And it looks like our robot frame production stopped. That's fine because we're going to do Skynet anyway here in a minute. And some more research. I don't know. Do you have a preference what we research?
Not really. We're going to get it all anyway, so
We'll
start pounding away at it.
We'll grab these assembling machine 3s. Those would be nice. Okay, so if we take a look here, I'm going to need engine units, batteries, steel circuits. You can see he's put steel and circuits in here. And now you're going to want to make the engine units and stuff in Skynet, or just pull them from right here?
We're going to build... I'll just take a blueprint and show you.
Okay.
Just like that.
Okay, perfect. And these little flashing things down here, this is essentially just saying that there's not enough robots to complete this all at once, and you can see the numbers going down as they build stuff, right? So it's just saying there's, well, I mean, you can read it, it's pretty self-explanatory. And then another one that'll pop up, it'll be like a little gear. I'll point it out when it does. But when that does, it's saying that there is not enough materials, right? So if we didn't have these in the network, these assembly machines, it'll pop that up, saying there's not enough materials, and that just means you don't have some of the required materials in your network.
And I totally didn't give this enough room.
Well, what do you mean? Oh, right, you need... Oh, yeah.
Tear it down, bots.
Take it all away. Popped on a radar too, which is nice. So if we take a look at the map, it's actually revealed quite a large amount. So yeah, we have more resources than we're going to need. And this is why a lot of people use the resource spawner overhaul mod, which spreads them out, because with how these are, we don't we won't need trains for a lot of them, because they're just so close together. You could just use one train for 4 or 5 of them, which if you like trains, you don't want to do that. Now, okay, I see what you did. Never mind.
I'm trying to figure out if I want it to do it with the gap between the columns or the rows.
I don't know that it matters a lot.
It doesn't matter at all, but still, decisions.
So many decisions. Wow, man, we've already accumulated 130 full oil barrels. Now, the way I set this up, I actually I think I messed up. I don't think this is gonna work the way I did this.
Yeah, you might want to disable that so we don't flood the system with barrels. You have to be very careful with your barrel count.
Yeah, because I set this to 100 empty in the network, but since the barrels are, they're not being emptied, right? So we're filling them, which takes a barrel. Now when you empty it, it will put the oil in and give you an empty barrel, but since we're not doing that, this is just infinitely making empty barrels. so I turn that off temporarily until we actually start emptying the barrels, and then it will circulate in the system, but we have like way more than we need now.
We didn't automate chests, did we?
Which chests?
These? Yeah.
No, I think we got like partway there, which is what this is, and then we never finished it. So I can do that really quick.
Okie dokie.
So they all need the same thing, just smart chest and advanced circuit. So I'm just going to I'm just gonna like do it. Oh, that won't work.
I think I'll move this build around just a little bit.
Okay. So I'm going to set up all the chests here, and we're just going to use robots. That's a very bad way to do it. I need more room. We have all the stuff in the network, so I'm actually just going to set it up in this gap here. It's too wide. Of course it is. Alright. And then we just need to make this a passive provider and make this guy a smart inserter as well. I mean, this is capped, but okay, now I'm just going to set up that. We have inserters, didn't need to make those. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to say if there's less than 50 smart chests, I'm going to clear this because now we have that circuit network, or the logistic network condition. And I'm going to go ahead and set this up. So they take one of each. I'm just going to request like not 50. So that's one thing that really annoys me, is that the default request amounts are like way higher than you need.
There are mods for that.
Right, yeah.
Called request amount or something. Default request amount.
Yeah, there's mods that'll like reset it to 1, but as you can see, it defaulted to 200 circuits. So now this thing is deciding to bring 200 circuits to this chest, which is far more than I need. But oh well. And just gonna hook that up. And then we just need to set these up. And what I'm going to do is just copy paste, but then have this guy just change. Change this one to that, and change this one to that. Oh, not that. Alright, so I'll have a set amount of each of those. And we probably need to go put batteries in the network, or are you going to make those locally?
Batteries are all already in the network, aren't they?
Oh, are they? Oh yeah, they are. We just don't have very many. So I'm going to actually go double check on that. Wait, where are these? Where are the batteries even being put in the network?
At the end of the blue science build.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot. Okay, yeah, there we go. Is this guy set to 100? Okay. And I think we're actually out of time for this episode. So
Yeah, we'll probably finish up Skynet off camera.
Yeah, then we can just continue next time. So that's going to be it, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions, as always, post them down in the comments. And we will see you next time.